Yo, what's up, blessed ones? I won't be long, I promise. I just wanted to address something with you all. Talk to y'all about something, share something with y'all. Those of you who know me may know this already. Those of you who don't, all right. So, everybody knows that I'm a God guy and I'm a very spiritual, try to be as positive as possible. Um, and I have really been not trying to be, I guess, like boastful about this, and I'm not going to be boastful about this, but I'm starting to realize, or I realized this, but I'm starting to really take a little bit more acknowledgement for something that the Lord has blessed me with. And the only reason I'm saying the Lord blessed me with it is because it came it came from him. Um we all dream. We all, have predictions and a lot of conspiracy theories and a lot of, assumptions and everything. And, lately, I've been having more and more dreams about things that actually have come to pass. But there's a twist in it. Um, Being a former Firewatch shipyard employee, you get a lot of time on your hands, a lot of time to think, a lot of times to yourself, a lot of times to really be lost in your thoughts and lost in your mind. But that was already something that I've been like pretty much almost half my life. I'm 32 now, and I haven't really experienced anything like this growing up. But I want to talk about vision and prophecy. I'm not going to get biblical with you all because I am not fluent in the Bible as I would like. And I'm sure we all might have these same qualities. So I think it's important that at least we discuss it, or at least I go ahead and kick it off, because we don't really talk about this much within my circle anyway, and within people that I'm around. But yeah, so being that I used to be a fire watch at the shipyard, I used to always just be thinking, always be lost in my thoughts and just kind of just standing around. However, something had dawned on me one day. Like, again, we all have dreams, we all have, assumptions and everything. Um Last year when Nipsey Hussle passed, it's kind of funny where I was like, I don't like I said, I wasn't like a big fan of Nipsey. I knew him, I liked his his music. But I was sitting at my brother's house one day, and I was just, sometimes I'll, just be thinking. I was like, man, and I don't know how, but it's like I just thought about him. I thought about him. I was like, man, I wonder what Nipsey Hussle's doing. But I thought about it earlier. So then maybe a couple hours later, I was on Twitter. I went on Twitter. First thing I see on Twitter is RP Nips. I was like, no, no. I was just thinking about him. Then when I looked more into it and then found out it was, he was really gone. And like I said again, I wasn't like that attached to Nipsey. I didn't know him personally. I was a fan of him. I was a fan of Lord London, and I was a fan of his music. But I wasn't like one of them people who was like just a stan or nothing like that. But when when I found out that he was gone, like dead, I kind of felt like I felt the energy of pretty much everybody who was also affected by it, where it's like, man, it's just a sad day. I remember when Tupac died, he died, in 96. So I wasn't even 10. I wasn't even 10 yet or anything like that. I wasn't even, like, I might have had to be 9, so I wasn't really attached to him neither. But I remember the effect that he played in the industry. But it was just something that, it was like, man, that was the first time that I ever experienced a loss so severe, so deep, where I felt like I was feeling the loss of millions of people. And like, mind you, I wasn't like on, I wasn't like on anything. I was just at home, and I was like, man, I felt like that he was just a part of me. It's just like, and I was like, man, that's kind of like, this is kind of like where I really started taking my spirituality and all this stuff a little bit more serious, because like, man, I started resonating more with Kendrick's Don't Kill My Vibe. Like, I can feel your energy from 3 planets away, and it was just like, man, that's kind of how I felt. And that's that. I can't explain it, but that's what I'm going to go with. That's what I believe, that, certain people, whether they have a personal impact on you or not, you can often feel their energy. That's how strong energy is, because we are all spiritual beings living in a human flesh. So fast forward to this year, it gets a lot more deep. At this time, I'm dealing with high blood pressure, anxiety, and all this stuff. Not at the shipyard anymore, but still in my thoughts, because we're always forever with ourselves. So I have another dream, because I have a lot of dreams like this all the time. And not saying that all of them are, comes true, or all of them are, as serious, because I had a lot of certain dreams as well regarding, my kids, regarding, my marriage and all that stuff. But another dream, and I shared this with many people, well, not many people, but some people. I don't know why or what it was. Now, at my current place of residence, so I'm just just home, and I'm dreaming. So like, I know that I'm dreaming, but it still feels like that I'm in there. So I just continue to dream. I don't wake up. I'm just, I'm kind of, sometimes I get so deep into my dream, I actually know that I'm dreaming, but it still feels real, meaning that I'm like halfway woke, halfway asleep. But it's like home invasion. Some guys come in with shotguns and stuff. They kill my whole family. Not my family, like my family that I had, but just like, there was just some people I didn't even know. But it was my family in the dream. And, it wasn't even the house that I live in, but kind of, sort of. They come in, and it felt like they're looking for me. They kill my family. They come up the steps. So one part of the dream, I'm like, okay, I'm hiding in the bathroom in the curtain. Then I end up going into the attic, climbing the attic, pull the little thing up, pull the string up. They ain't getting up there. Go out the window on the roof. I get away. But then there's another part where I'm in bed and I'm kind of like, I got a bunch of laundry clothes like on my bed, and I'm kind of like, I see people. Now, mind you, I can't really say what I'm gonna actually do in real life, but I just hear gunshots, and then that's like, I already feel like, okay, I can't do anything. So I'm in here in bed, like I said, because I have to be smart. I'm in bed, I'm looking, the door's open, but I'm like under the, like, I kind of like hid myself in the clothes and kind of hope that I don't get caught. So somebody come in there, boom, blast, shotgun, I'm dead. So one part of the dream, one ending was I got away from the attic, boom. Then another part of it is, and then I'm sitting here thinking like maybe I was thinking that as I was hiding, because the end of the entire dream when I wake up was that I was killed. So this was like maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning that I wake up from the dream. So then me and my cousin brother in the group chat on talking about it. My cousin, he the one that tells us about the rapper Pop Smoke dying from a home invasion. This was around noontime that he told us this. I was at work. And then when he tells me this, I'm like, oh, yo, I just had a dream that I died from a home invasion. And then, I mean, I don't know. I still don't know. I didn't look more into it really. He told me that this happened around 3, or I don't know what time it happened when he got the home invasion, but he told me around 3 something. So I was like, oh, so this was happening while I was dreaming this. But mind you, this was me that was getting murdered in a home invasion. So I'm sitting here, I tell my brother about this, and I'm like, man, and I told him this, and he's like, I tell him about, man, I don't know if I don't want to say that I'm a prophet. I still don't want to say that I'm a prophet or that I'm a visionary. It's just certain things that I know that I vision. And I don't really believe in coincidences like that. So, like, again, people can feel how they want to feel. I tell him this, and he's like, man, that's like, what are you going to do about it, though? And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. So here's another one that kind of hit. Now, and this one, next one, just maybe a couple weeks ago. This one really hits home. This one's a little bit personal. And again, I want to send my condolences out again to they're like my family. I want to send my condolences out again. They know who you are. They know who they are. Some close people of mine lost a relative due to in their sleep. This young gentleman, from what I was told, I might be wrong, but this young gentleman passed away, lost his life in his sleep from heart failure. This is just based on the information that I received. And this one hits harder because just the day before I heard the news, or probably that same day, I was in the hospital sitting here praying to God, asking God, like, I was in the hospital because of my blood pressure, and again, I have high blood pressure. Sometimes my heart rate be going high, and I'm sitting here like, man, you know, I never felt so bad in my life, and I'm sitting here like, I'd rather die in my sleep than to die in pain from this, because I was just so uncomfortable. I was in the hospital, and I was having a panic attack and everything, and then, then this happens. And I'm like, man, that's kind of wild that I actually had and it wasn't, again, like, at this point, I was woke when I was thinking this, but like, that's like my biggest fear really is to, I don't want to die before my time, but it's not up to me. It's not up to me to say when it's my time to go. As a father now, and even like before, I had a lot of aspirations. My ambition isn't where it used to be, but I'm getting back to my ambitions. But it's certain things where it's like, man, I kind of feel like, I don't know what's up with the death. Why is it that I'm envisioning, dreaming death and all these bad things, and these come to pass, but the good things that I dream about and stuff, it's not happening really as soon as possible. Like, I don't ignore my dreams. I don't ignore any dream. I always try to find the meaning behind it, especially the ones that are just there. I'm gonna actually share something with y'all that I didn't share with haven't really shared with anyone but one person. And I'll tell you this in a second. But the fact that this coronavirus is going on, and regardless of what anybody may feel, people are dying. And I'm gonna be 100% honest. I don't think that people are dying strictly from the coronavirus solely. Just that, I think it's certain things. That's why when it talks about our immune system, we need to, watch it, because I do believe that it has a lot to do with certain conditions that people have, and the coronavirus is just a booster. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. So, regardless of whether you believe it's man-made, whether it's 5G, whatever it is, it don't matter, because at the end of the day, it's here. So what are you gonna do about it? But the fact that, especially, I hate to refer to us as this, but that's what we are. Black people, we have a big hit, like, we already have high blood pressure as it is. And, the medication may help, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not a doctor or scientist. I can only go by what they go by. Like I said, I don't know what's in it. It's helping me, but I don't know if it's just solely helping me. You have to work. But that's aside the point. We already have high blood pressure and all these other traumas that was passed down from generation to generation. That is for sure. Not all of us are descendants of slaves, no. But we got that same trauma because we are in America, and we are oppressed and murdered and killed, and all these things happening for no reason, just because we are who we are. And whether you believe it's the chosen race, chosen people, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, my point is, like, with all this going on, this is probably the most scariest I've been. I'm on medication myself. People are dying left and right. In the hospital, out of the hospital, don't matter. And I'm like, man, I know I already know where I want to be. I know what I seen in my future. I already know the certain things that I want to do, how I want to get there. Like, I really want to be a service to people. I really want to help people less fortunate than me. But I'm not there yet to do that. As a father, I have to make sure that my son is good. My daughter is good. My marriage didn't work out how I wanted it to work out, but I'm still here. I still have a relationship with my ex-wife. I still have a relationship with people who may not see things the way that I see things. And it's only because I'm able to understand and empathize with the doubt and not believing. So I wanted to share this. And I said I wasn't going to be long, and it's not really long. It's only been 20 minutes. There's shows y'all watch that is less than this. I'm going to be done in a second. So it's just very hard to really not be, like, you can be positive and think positive. You know, I deal with anxiety. I just can't, like, I was in the hospital today. I didn't even want to go, but it's just certain things that I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to go. But it wasn't as bad as it was that I went before. So today makes the 5th time I've been to the hospital in a matter of 6 months. First one in October. That's when I first found out that I had, like, high blood pressure. That was where I was supposed to be on medication. I took the medication for 30 days, and then I was done with it. Then I ended up going back in February, and now I'm on it. So since February, I've been on medication. I'm not going to be on that forever. The devil's a lie. I just been trying to work extra hard to, get my weight down, get my blood pressure down, because medically speaking, I'm obese. And when those of you who see me know this, like, oh man, you're not even really big. Like, confessional time. I don't know people's business, but when I sit here and see, people bigger than me and way bigger than me, they good. They eating good, they drinking, they doing stuff. I'm like, all right, wow. Like, I get a little, not before, but like recently, I was like, man, like, they can do this. I can't even drink. Like, I don't drink, but I can't even really, I can't drink now. It's not good for me to do that. So I've been just drinking water and, green tea and all this stuff. So I'm sitting here seeing people who are actually big, still out eating stuff. And I'm like, it's not my place. But we need to take life a little bit more serious. We all have guilty pleasures. But, like I said, God is always going to show you who's God. So, we can't sit here and try to be self-righteous. If if you believe in the Bible, your Bible, that's great. You can sit here and preach it and, share it and speak it and stuff. That is good. That is great. But who are you to condemn anybody? You can't condemn anyone. I try to lead by example. We don't really say certain things. We don't say things out loud for a reason. But we also have to watch how we think. Because God can hear your thoughts. And, sometimes even in our thoughts, it's important that we don't say it out loud. Which is good. It's better than, you can think it, but don't say it. But even when you think it, sometimes you got to be careful, especially when, but like, again, we all come into that place where we just deal with certain uncertainties. I know God is real. I know God is alive. The only struggle that I have is being able to hear him. Because God is good, but God is also wrath and rage that a lot of people don't even want to talk about. We talk about homosexuality. We talk about interracial relationships and all this stuff on how it's bad and all this stuff, but you don't even know why. You can't really explain why. You just say this is what the word says. You have to, if you believe in the Bible, if that's your foundation, you need to, it's important for us to know who's speaking, who it was addressed to, and who, again, when it took place. Because there's a lot of things that has changed in time. You know, there's 10 commandments, but there's been more added. There's actually more than that. Okay, at one point, we would inherit the sins of our fathers. That changed. At one point, it was all about God's people, but that changed. But that's getting off topic. You know, I just want all of us to, you know, consider that there is more to life, more to your life than you. I'm not saying be like me. I'm not saying think like me. I'm just saying consider there's always going to be two sides of a coin. Good and bad. But it's all perspective. So I'm going to add this one thing before I go. I only told one person this. Dreams are real. Those of you who know me knows that my good friend, Jamal Rucko, who was like a brother to me, who is a brother to me, he does music, right? Great music. I didn't have visions and dreams of his music touching and changing the world in a miraculous, different way. When y'all, if y'all know me, y'all know how much I love Michael Jackson. Long live Michael Jackson. I've also expressed how at a time as a child, I actually thought that he was a musician. He was probably the next thing to God to me. Turning to the Panther, turning to Gold Dust in the Remember the Time video. Like, I thought that, like, he really did that. You know, I thought that was really him. I said, oh man, he know magic? Oh man. But and I might have expressed this to him before where I said, you know what, bro? You got a lot of great songs, a lot of great music that touches me like Michael Jackson's Michael Jackson music touched me. Not sure if he's gonna put them out, but I heard a lot of great songs that he had that he hasn't released and that he personally forgot about, but I didn't forget. But I told him about this dream, man. Like, let's go. I can't wait until y'all hear it, until the world hears it, because the world needs to hear it. You know, sometimes I get a little selfish myself when it comes to it, because I'm like, man, you need to put this out, man. Like, this is so good, man. People need to hear it. But yeah, one day I don't know exactly what, like, I just felt like I had to share it because, again, there's been a lot of times where I have thought about these things and dreamed and certain things I haven't said anything. I just kind of like kept to myself and just kind of like prayed and asked God, which is, what we should do as always. Sometimes we got to keep certain things between us and God. But I think it's my duty to share with y'all just how powerful the mind and the spirit and the energy is. Whether it's for warning, whether it's for a reminder, or whether it's for encouragement, everything that we think, whether it's happening now or it happened, like anything that we think of, dream about ourselves doing or have done, is happening somewhere. Yes, I believe in multi-universes because that's how powerful the spirit is. So, just to wrap this up, quarantine happening, all these battles going on. Those who are IG Live. One day, this was a long time ago actually. This maybe like it had been almost a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years. I had a meeting at the Aloft Hotel. I used to work at the Aloft Hotel back in 06. Around the time my son was born, a little before then, after I left Enterprise, I worked at the Aloft Hotel in Greenbrier. But this was way after I done left there. I had a dream I had a meeting with Pharrell and Drake. This was before Duppy and Story of Adidon. However, Kanye brought the clips back together for that brief moment, which I also had a vision of. Now, I don't know if this one is going to come true, but I'm just letting you know. Drake and Pharrell, they done things together, I think, in the past. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Thank y'all for those of you who have stayed with me, who came on, stayed on. Y'all don't know what's going on. And yeah, so like I said, please continue to take care of yourselves, be safe, and be blessed. And, person to person, you are important. Don't let anybody say that you're not. Your feelings matter. I don't care how rich or poor you are. I don't care how crazy or intelligent you are. You are a person, so your life means something. We are not here just because things happen for a reason, whether we was here to live and die. But that's a whole nother video. But I did want to share that with y'all. I got to get back in the house now. And maybe I'll be back tomorrow. But thank y'all for watching. Trying to catch a vibe, got to catch the right bride.